Right, today what we're going to do is take a look at some home repairs. I ordered this set of 2 guns and a compressor, and I'm going to show you how this new gun works with the compressor. This is it, and it comes with 2 air guns. One is a brad nailer, I believe it's 1.5 inches, and then the other one is still in the box. And this will be able to do up to 18 gauge, 2.5 inch. Now the reason I bought this is because I'm renovating a room and I need to put the baseboard molding and also do some molding around some closets. So let's see how this thing works. Now I haven't actually read the instructions for this, and this is the first time I've tried to plug this, to turn this thing on. So what we're going to do is I'm going to turn the switch on, and then we'll see how loud it is, and we'll see how long it takes for it to come up to pressure. So we've got 2 gauges here. One says tank for the air tank, and then one is regulator. So I'm assuming that you turn this knob here to be able to regulate what kind of air pressure you want coming out of the hose. So let's give it a shot. Now isn't that interesting? So if I'd read the instructions, I might have read something about tightening up this valve here. Let's try this again. Okay, it finally stopped. So it seemed like it was turned all the way up. So what I've done is I've just wound it back, and it's settled around about 90 psi. So what I'm doing now is taking a look at this, the smaller gun, which apparently can go up to 2 inches of 18 gauge brad nails. Now, one thing I was concerned about was that you're supposed to lubricate this with a few drops of oil occasionally. So I couldn't actually find any instructions. The instructions are not very clear. They don't have a diagram of where you put the oil. They do say don't put too much, but I don't actually know where you're supposed to put the oil. Now what I can figure out without the instructions is that at the back of this, it has something that rotates, and that looks like it's where the air comes out. So I guess you want to rotate that so that it's going to be away from your face. I'm going to load this now. Actually, this came with a packet of 100 1.25 inch brad nails. I ordered at the same time another packet of 1 3/8 inch. And these come in packets of, this is actually a packet of 1,000. So let's take a look now. I'm gonna release the clip. I mean, this is just like a gun. You pull this thing like that, and it comes out, and then there's a card in there which they had holding the spring, and these are the nails that I bought. So I'm going to load some of these nails in there. Now I've never actually used one of these kind of guns before, but being a practical person, I think I can figure this out. What we have here is there are various tracks that different size nails can fit into this gun. So this one, the head of the nails can slide up and down this track. So I just put those nails in there, and I did take off the air hose just for precaution, and just like any other gun, you want to keep that away, pointed away from people. And so I'm gonna put this, load this up now, and then I'll connect the air hose and let's do some testing. Now I'm going to attach the air hose, which has got about 90 pounds of pressure in it. So with a quick disconnect, push that. Okay. Now I've had in the compressor, I've had some, this has been sat for a while. Actually it's gone down to 80, so it lost a little bit of pressure. So what I'm going to do now is test at 80 pounds pressure, what it's got right now, and see if that can nail some pieces into some scrap pieces of wood that I got here. So I haven't pulled the trigger on this gun yet. This is going to be the first time, and I've got here a piece of, it's about a 1/8 piece of plywood, and I'm going to be nailing it to a piece of scrap wood that's about 1.5 inches thick. So here we go. I'm going to press this against the plywood and I'm going to pull the trigger. Let's see what happens. Okay, very nice. Okay, so that went in very nice, and it's the head is flush. Now what I'm going to try is something a little bit more challenging. This is a piece of oak, and I'm going to see if this can go through this and see what the result is here. So I'm going to just position this. Let's see what happens here. Press it against there, and I'm going to pull the trigger. Now that went in. I was trying to get it in between. Perhaps that's not really how you do it, but the head is a little bit raised. It went in, and it is flush with the top. So I'm going to have to experiment a little bit with that, not being used to this kind of a gun and how to use it. So what I've discovered is that if you try and get it in between, then it's going to stick up. If you do it actually on the raised portion, then it actually does a nice job, and it's flush with the edge. So that was a worthwhile experiment. Now let's take a look at the big one. So what I'm doing is I'm opening up the box for the Bostich SB1664FN, and this goes up to 16 gauge. The other one was an 18 gauge nailer. Now, as you probably know, 16 gauge is a heavier gauge than 18 gauge. Now we're taking a look at how we load this bigger gun, and it's a little bit different from the other one. This one actually you have to, I just figured out that you have to pull this back until it latches, and then the nails actually, these are 2.5 inch nails that I'm putting in here, which I bought separately. I think it comes with a pack of 2 inch, and I'm just sliding. It's not even a full rack of nails. They came all broken actually in the box, but I'm just putting those in just to experiment. And then you have to release this so that the spring follower pushes the nails up in place. Now, of course, this is not connected, so I'm going to connect this, and then I'll see if that can do a job with those 2.5 inch nails. So currently we're showing about just over 80 pounds pressure, and in the tank it says 130. Now it does say for this gun don't use it over 100. So I'm going to see if this can go through. I have a few pieces of wood here stacked, which is just over 2.5 inch, so I don't go into the floor here. So we'll see if this can do a job on this one. And again, these are with the 16 gauge nails. So I'm going to try, see if this will go, holding this against the wood, and This is the first time I've ever used this one, so let's give this one a shot. Okay, here we go. Okay, I think that looks very good. That's going through a piece of oak, and it's nailed all these together. So that should work at that kind of a pressure going through the baseboard molding. Now that I'm done with the testing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drain the tank, which is recommended in the manual to do daily. So what I'm going to do here is turn this. This was already open when we got it, so I'm going to, and that's going to drain out all of the air. One thing you have to remember to do is turn the switch off. Okay, let's see. So anyway, I'm just going to live with the guitar like this because I don't really want to, I don't want to, because, it has kind of a character. So remember to subscribe if you didn't already. You'll get to know that my next videos are out. Right now, I hope that you will stay tuned and look forward to seeing you soon. I'm talking.